They're not the Avengers, they're not the Guardians, they're not even friends. But somehow, they're all we've got. The Thunderbolts are coming to the MCU, and if you think it's just Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, think again. This team has history, betrayal, redemption, government lies, and it all started in the comics. So before you meet Bucky, Yelena, and the rest on screen, let's crack open the stories that built the Thunderbolts from the ground up. Because if you don't know their origins, you'll miss what makes this team unlike any other in the MCU. Back in 1997, Marvel pulled off one of its most iconic reveals. A team of brand new heroes turned out to be villains in disguise. That twist? The birth of the Thunderbolts. Created by Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley, this group wasn't just a gimmick. It was a bold narrative move, turning the Masters of Evil into a story about second chances, deception, and inner conflict. Since then, the Thunderbolts have been everything from government pawns to dark mirrors of the Avengers. And unlike traditional teams, they never stay the same. Leaders shift, loyalties blur, every era reinvents the mission. With the MCU's version on the horizon, now's the time to understand what really makes this team tick. Because if you only know the lineup, you're missing the why. In this video, we'll guide you through the comic runs that define the Thunderbolts' legacy. Each one a piece of the puzzle that could explain what Marvel's next big swing is really about. Let's dive in. Let's start with where it all began. Thunderbolts 1997, Volume 1, Justice Like Lightning. This is where it all began. Busiek and Bagley's original run gave us the heart of the Thunderbolts mythos. A world without Avengers, a desperate need for heroes, and villains who saw an opportunity. Baron Zemo leads the charge, disguised as Citizen V. Songbird, Atlas, and others join him under new names, convincing the world they're legit. But something unexpected happens. They start liking being heroes, especially Songbird and Mac V, whose moral arcs would become the backbone of future runs. This run is critical, not just for understanding the team's inception, but for appreciating how quickly Marvel blurred the line between villainy and redemption. Visuals, 90s style artwork, full-page reveals of new costumes, the final splash of Zemo's betrayal. Next stop, Thunderbolts number 100 and the Civil War era, where the government steps in and things get messy. By 2006, the team was deeply entangled with Marvel's larger universe. Issue number 100 relaunches the title with characters like Venom, Radioactive Man, and Swordsman, working under government control. This era overlaps with Civil War, and suddenly the Thunderbolts are less about redemption and more about control. They're used as enforcers. Think supervillains with shield badges. It's gritty, morally complicated, and it foreshadows the kind of gray morality we're expecting from the film. Could the MCU version be an uneasy alliance led by the government? This arc says yes. Visuals, stark prison cells, explosive team clashes, uniforms that scream compliance over freedom. Now we dive into the darkest chapter, Dark Reign and Dark Avengers, when villains wear the hero masks. Norman Osborn is in charge. The government's a mess. The Thunderbolts become more dangerous than ever. In this twisted version of Law & Order, Osborn installs full-on villains in positions of power, including his own version of the Avengers. It's Thunderbolts taken to its darkest extreme. You'll want to read Dark Avengers Volume 1, Thunderbolts 2008, and the larger Dark Reign event to get the full scope. This is also when characters like Yelena Belova and Ghost pop in. Yes, the same Ghost we've seen in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Yelena from Black Widow. This might be the MCU's tone. Paranoia, distrust, and a team that could turn on each other at any second. Visuals, Osborn's armor, mock Avengers logos, shadowy council rooms. Fast forward to 2012. Marvel Now's Thunderbolts is pure chaos. Red Hulk leads a team of wildcards. Led by Red Hulk, this version is pure mayhem. The lineup? Deadpool, Elektra, Punisher, Agent Venom, Ghost Rider. It's the Expendables of Marvel. They aren't here for redemption, they're a strike force, lethal, operative, wildly unstable. You'll want to look at Volume 1, No Quarter. It's a stylistic shift, more action-heavy, less psychological, but still very much Thunderbolts. If you're wondering how Deadpool and Taskmaster might clash in the MCU version, this is the run that shows the team dynamic when everyone is a wild card. Visuals, blood red color schemes, kinetic battles, over-the-top entrances. And finally, Thunderbolts World Strike 2023, the closest version to what we'll see on screen. This is the closest to the movie. With Bucky Barnes at the helm and a team including Red Guardian, US Agent, and Valentina de Fontaine pulling strings, it's an espionage-flavored reboot that blends classic Thunderbolts tension with modern pacing. Think of it as a preview of what Marvel Studios is planning. There's tactical friction, clashing values, real stakes. Everyone's trying to redeem themselves or manipulate the mission. This should be your final read before entering the theater. Visuals, cold palette, spy tech interfaces, standoffs in Eastern European alleys. Thunderbolts isn't just one team, it's an idea that redemption can be forced, morality can be weaponized, and alliances are always on the verge of collapse. If Marvel nails the tone, we're looking at a layered character drama wrapped in explosive action. If they don't, well, at least you'll be the one in the audience who knows why Zemo, Yelena, Ghost, and Bucky can't trust each other. So before the credits roll on the MCU's latest gamble, read these stories. Get inside the heads of the anti-heroes. Don't just watch the Thunderbolts, understand them. If this team intrigues you, dive into the comics that shape their legacy. Then drop your favorite version of the lineup in the comments.